For today, we continue celebrating Namibian women who in the media industry as well as the creative space have really gone way out, put in the effort, put in the hard work and the time to create brands that are sustaining themselves. Debbie Rowles is a researcher, an analyst, a creative, a mother, and a solutionist. I love that one. She believes that magic makers have the ability to change the world through the power of human-centered, purpose-led strategy and brands. She thrives on helping others make change happen through curating information, distilling data, and meeting real needs with honest solutions. Debbie's career spans more than 20 years with experience in brand management, business strategy, and management consulting in numerous industries for some of the most sought-after corporate and consumer brands, including FMCG giants, Unilever South Africa, as well as Colgate Palmolive RSA, and has managed brands for Advantage Y&R Namibia. Her most recent passion project, however, is that of fulfilling the role of partner of innovation of 99FM. She currently works as strategist, solutionist, and thinker under her own brand, Think Human Being. Debbie, good morning.
Good morning, Shay.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. It's so wonderful to see your lovely face on a Friday morning.
Good to have yours here as well. It's been hard. I think I've only had you in studio, I think, once before. But in all the 8 years that we've worked together, like this is number 2. But I'm so glad that we're getting to see this side of you this morning, to tell your story of how you went from being Debbie, young girl, to now being the brain and the think human behind Think Human Being. First, tell us about your childhood, growing up.
I must say, Shay, it was so strange to see childhood questions because I'm so used to talking about purpose-driven brands and strategy. How to answer that question? Tell me about the childhood that I lived. I must just say, at the moment, I'm talking and thinking a lot about paradoxes, about these contradictions in life and how we deal with these two things. And it's so easy to look back at your childhood now with the context of everything that's happened in your life.
Yeah.
And I must just say, I think my childhood was full of love. I was loved. And I think that sets you up for anything in life. It was a very happy childhood. I think my mom gave a lot of herself to us, and that really set the strong foundation for growing up and being who we became later on in life.
And we can feel you exude that love when we are in your presence. Debbie's about love. I can tell you that for sure. Tell us about the biggest dreams as a young girl. Like, what were some of your biggest dreams? What did you want to become?
It's so interesting, Shay. I think having being surrounded by these amazing people in my family, and my gran was a psychiatrist, and my mom actually has bipolar, which is incredible. I like to say sometimes a gift. Some people will say it's not a gift. It's these amazing people in the world that are so creative and the real magic makers. And I thought for a very long time that I wanted to be a doctor. I am so glad that I'm not a doctor. I mean, I take my hat off to all the doctors and the medical professionals, especially this year.
Yeah.
But that was a dream of mine, and I think it was more based on what I thought I could achieve as a professional. Like, you have to have this kind of stamp of achievement, especially if you're kind of academic at school. And I think that was one of my biggest dreams, and it's kind of what I set out to study. But I dropped out of university and I didn't do that, and I'm so grateful. I think you get sent these lessons in life, or sent these experiences to teach you something about yourself, and in hindsight I can look back and go, you know what, it wasn't actually about being a doctor, it was actually about finding this magic in people and trying to help them create the future they imagine.
Absolutely.
It's a similar thing, and it's so it's driven by the same purpose or why.
It's still keeping people alive. It's still finding that purpose
in a magical kind of creative way.
Your school, you mentioned being in school and then dropping out of university. Tell us what school was like, and what are your fondest memories of being in primary school or tertiary or wherever some were made.
It's so interesting because if you think back at school, and some people go, oh, it was the best time of my life. It was not the best time of my life. So I don't have amazing memories of school. If I look back, it was good. I mean, I did well academically. I had amazing friends, but I don't have fond memories. And I think that relates to, at that time, I was doing well because I thought that's what you kind of had to do.
Expected of you.
I wasn't so connected with what made me happy at the time. So I didn't know myself then. University and studying after school and dropping out, that's kind of when I learned, I got to know myself a lot more than being at school in the confines of four walls and thinking the way people think you should think. So later on in life is when I really got to know myself, and looking back, it's not the time that I thought, okay, that was the time and that's when I shone.
Like most people would have that, but for you it was different.
It was different.
Yeah. Side hustle? Did you have one?
I always had a side hustle.
Yeah, I thought that would be Debbie, no doubt. Getting in there. Tell us about it. Yeah.
So it started quite young, actually. But I think in the end of primary school, every Saturday I worked at a photo shop, which was fabulous. In those days, cool. you could sort through people's photos. It was amazing. So I worked at a photo shop every Saturday. Later on in life, I was a lifeguard. Something you don't know about.
No, definitely.
Yeah. So that was really cool. And I think there's something. The lessons that you learn about earning money, and we were actually talking about the other days, not a lot of young kids have jobs, these like weekend jobs, afternoon jobs, and I think there's some valuable lessons that you get out of that.
That volunteering, that just participating in this little space, not expecting anything per se. Okay, thank you for the little I'm getting, but just putting yourself in there.
So I think, always had a side hustle. I think it's very valuable.
I encourage that also very, very much. How has your idea of success changed over the course of your life?
It has changed unbelievably, Shay. So if you think back to that, and I thought being a doctor, being a professional, that was going to make me, later on in life, I thought, okay, cool. When I eventually finished studying, not meds, and then I thought, getting a corporate job, getting up to management, that would be, what made me successful. And you know what? To me now, everything is so holistic, There's no work-life balance. There's no separation. You are who you are. And finding the meaning and finding what really lights me up, this passion I have around helping people create their own futures that they imagine, the positive impact in the world, that is what makes me happy. It doesn't matter, and living a meaningful life and a meaningful purpose-driven life, I think is my measure of success, and having balance and having the time, being able to spend the time with my family, being able to work at something that I love, that's success for me, I think.
That happiness, yeah. So 99 FM, you have part and parcel of the whole crew, I call them the crew, the top OGs, of making this dream a reality and giving Namibians an opportunity to master our destinies. What has been the proudest moment for you being your time here at 99 FM?
Oh, Shay, I know you interviewed Christine the other day, and she is my partner in crime, and she's the yin-yang situation, and she's the speaker and the storyteller. So I can't put it into the magical words that she can. But I walk into this building, and I see people like you. I see all the people around here, and it just makes me so happy. I can't help myself. Literally inspiring. I've seen it before my eyes, how setting a dream, setting a purpose, and gathering, connecting people around that purpose can create magic. I get goosebumps every single time, from Geraldine answering the phone, how can we inspire you, to all of you guys going on air every day. And really, I think to me what was so kind of the pin of success in terms of the 99 FM story was attracting people like Zelmarie, who came because she listened to you on air every day, telling her how she could inspire, master her destiny. And she came because of that. And she said, guys, I'm here. This is the dream. I want to take this brand forward. And I think being able to hand a business over to people who just know, they understand the dream, they know where to take it, they know what they're doing. And for a brand to be seamlessly taken over by the people who work and every day to make that brand a reality, I think that's success. It just makes me so happy.
Think Human Being. Tell us about it and what's its purpose.
So you actually mentioned it earlier. So Think Human Being to me is really about human beings. Businesses are nothing but a collection of human beings around a shared goal. Everything is about human beings. Peter Drucker said businesses are only about marketing and innovation. So it is about the human need that you're fulfilling. If you do not have humans who need or want or desire something for you, or if you're not solving a problem, you don't have a business. So I think Human Being is really about thinking differently. And it's about, for me, it's about helping magic makers like yourself really take brands and lead human-centered brands and businesses, that people can gather around, that can thrive. And I think for me, the future that I imagine is where every good person runs a good business. And I think we could change the world.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we're going to start here in Namibia.
Yeah.
And
there's
a great movement around the world now in the space of purpose-led brands. So
absolutely.
It's about finding the right solutions. It's about thinking differently, but all around human beings.
Yeah, it's not that much about profit anymore like it used to be. It's now really changing. I hear you, Debbie. I hear you. Why is knowing your purpose not only important for yourself, but also, like you mentioned, building that brand? Like, why is it important to first sit down and understand what is it that you want, right?
It's absolutely, like I said, especially if you talk about in the startup space, okay? So often in the startup space, you are the founder. Okay? And there's this big confusion about what is my personal brand and what is my business brand. So if you start from something, you have to have a strong foundation, okay? The purpose of your business, the why you get up in the morning. And people get confused. It's not your mission, okay? The purpose of your business is why you get up in the morning. So it translates, it goes from your personal space into your business space, and it's very much connected. So what happens is if you don't set that foundation, and I laugh and I talk about, you can have a sense of purpose, okay? Everybody in the world thinks, you kind of think you know what your space is in the world, or you think you know what your business space is in the world. But if you don't have a sentence of purpose, okay, you don't name it and you don't give it power, what happens is when you start to scale and you start to grow your business, or you start to grow and you start to employ people, it happens very quickly. So in 3 years' time or 5 years' time, then you'll turn around and go, oh my goodness, like what am I doing here? Like, why am I doing this again? Things get very busy, and you can easily move into a space, shiny object syndrome, where you're like, I can do this, and we take on new work. So it is the foundation, and what people don't understand is with your business, it is not to be the leading in this kind of industry with the What it is about is it's a human thing. Okay, what is the human thing that we are trying to do in this world? And it is not related to industry that you work in. Okay, you take it with you. If you build up a strong brand or business, my purpose at 99FM, which was totally linked to the 99FM purpose, is the same purpose I have in Think Human Being. So for me, it was a very easy, it was quite emotional handing over the brand, because it is a baby.
It's part of me,
it's
right.
a family.
Yeah.
But it's also seamless, because you've moved into a space where I'm not the title. Okay, I'm not the title of what I was. That's not my identity. My purpose is my title. That's what I'm working towards, and that's where we're going in the world.
Yeah. It's the last question. Tell us about the 3 things that you are loving right now about Namibia.
3 things. Okay, 1, this country is magical. We are, if I look at the NTB values, rugged, soulful, natural, liberating, it is the potential in this country gives me goosebumps. The young people, I look around at you and and all the people here in 99FM, and we could change the world, okay, if we use that magic behind us. What's going on? I think at the moment, in terms of the space of what's happening in the world, we are living in, again, a magical pace. We have been relatively unaffected. I mean, I know in terms of economy and in terms of what's happened, but in terms of sitting here and lifestyle, it's
and
a
being
beautiful
able.
country with lots of fresh air, lots of outdoor space and sunshine. I think, 3 great things. I'm so happy to be bringing my children up in this country. I think the space that they're in, the opportunities, they are still there. And I think if you're a doer, I know your new positioning is do the work. Guys, if you're a doer and you're prepared to do the work, the opportunities here. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's fantastic. Yeah. And I think, we'll make it work together. There's always a way. I know it's a very tough time in terms of some industries, for tourism especially. But the country's here. It is beautiful. It stands out in the world as one of the best destinations. We will get back there eventually.
Debbie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think you just reminded us how important it is to go back, to go and remember why it is that we need to do what we do and why we need to get up and go and do it. Thank you so much for your time and your purpose and leaving a little bit of that behind for us to experience and to share with the rest of the world. Thank you for creating this platform in these spaces, and we look forward to the growth of Think Human Being and to the human beings that will realize that dream and realize their purpose as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shay. It's been absolutely lovely to be here.
Yeah. It's the voice of Debbie Rowles, a researcher, analyst, creative, mother, and solutionist. And she's saying, don't forget, you got to get back to your center, Papa. Get back inside. Remember who you are, where you come from, and where it is that you want to go and take your dreams. It's also a wrap of your Royal Hustle for this morning.